Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Skip to the End. Today we're going to skip to the end about a beloved character, JJ Maybank. He was one of the most beloved characters in Outer Banks. So why did the writers completely throw away all his development? Today we're diving into how his arc was just completely rushed, but also downright mishandled. Before we get into how the writers dropped the ball, let's talk about JJ Maybank. JJ wasn't just the comic relief or the reckless best friend. He was the emotional heart of the Pogues. He came from an abusive home, struggled with trust, and wore his trauma like armor. But underneath all that chaos was someone who was fiercely loyal, deeply caring, and constantly evolving. He wasn't perfect, but that's what made him real. And that's why it hurts to see what the writers did to him. So let's start off with the points of what happened to JJ's character and what caused its downfall. Point 1. Killing off a slow-burn arc, including a fan favorite, Kiara. So the first part is killing him off after seasons of slow burns. And I'm not just talking about his personal growth, I'm talking about Kiara. The writers spent 3 whole seasons building up the tension between JJ and Kiara. The stolen glances, the protective moments, the mutual understanding. It wasn't just fan service, it was storytelling. They gave us a payoff only to turn around and erase it all like it meant nothing. Killing off JJ after we finally got him to see him open up, not just to Kiara, but to himself. Feels like a complete waste of emotional investment. Now, next, point 2. Where did all of his character development go? JJ had some of the deepest layers on the show. He went from the chaotic wildcard to someone who showed real growth, stepping up, being their first friend, and slowly learning how to trust people again. But in the latest seasons, all that growth just vanished. He was back to his reckless, back to his impulsive, and nothing like that ever happened. It was like the writers hit the reset for the sake of drama. Why spend seasons building him up just to erase it all in the end? And lastly, point 3, and in my opinion, the most important point, killing off JJ for the Kiara arc makes no sense. There was a lot of theories going around on the internet about what the writers want to do with season 5. Well, Kiara, you can tell in the last final scene, right, that's playing on the screen right now, that Kiara, you can see the anger in Kiara's eyes, kind of showing indication that the next season is going to be about Kiara. Well, in my opinion, if the writers really want to give Kiara a deep emotional arc in the final season, killing JJ was the worst way to do it. Like, why him? If the goal was to show Kiara dealing with grief, they could have killed off someone like her parents, no offense to them, or just someone who was personally close to her, but not the one that was holding the entire group together, and not the one that the entire group would have gotten affected. Because JJ wasn't just her person. He was everyone's person. He was John B's best friend, almost like Sarah's brother, and he was the one that kept the Pogues grounded. So now that he's gone, who's going to keep Kiara calm when things fall apart? Who's going to check Pope's anger? Who's going to make John B think before acting? Killing JJ didn't serve the story, it just broke it. And in my opinion, JJ Maybank deserves better. His story was layered, heartbreaking, and real, but instead of giving us the payoff that was earned, the writers took the lazy way out, and in doing so, lost the emotional core of the show. The Pogues may be still standing, but without JJ, it's just not the same. Obviously, there was a lot of things that came out about the writers, a lot of controversy about the actors, and I'm just going to go on this video and just say that I'm not considering any of that when making this. Because the writers have came out and said themselves that they planned this from the beginning. But, that just didn't make sense to me. Because if it was planned from the beginning, it's clearly poorly written. And anyway, thank you for listening, and skip to the end with the next one.